My people of Burkina Faso, listen to me today not just as your president, but as your brother. We are standing on a new chapter in our history, a chapter where no child of Burkina Faso will sleep on the floor, a chapter where we restore dignity to our families, and that chapter begins with the Traore housing project in Burkina Faso. This is not a foreign charity. This is our solution, our work, our dream, rising from our soil, for our people. The Traore housing project in Burkina Faso is not just about building houses. It's about building hope. It's about saying every Burkinabe deserves to live with dignity. We are using local materials, training our youth, and designing homes affordable for every family. Not homes that collapse, not shacks, but strong, sustainable, Burkinabe-made homes, built by us, for us. This is how we build the Traore housing project in Burkina Faso. We use Burkinabe materials, laterite, clay, stone. We hire Burkinabe workers, young men and women trained on the ground. We install solar energy, proper water systems.
Hello family, how are you? How are you doing? Welcome to Auntie Yami channel, the only daughter of Africa, the motherland. How are you doing here in London? It's cooking hot. This is how I have to put it. Today, as I'm talking to you, is 34 degrees. And it's so sticky and humid. What's the weather where you are? Anyway, it's a new chapter, it's a new dawn. Africa must rise. About today we are in Burkina Faso, and you know when I say Burkina Faso, it's about the son of the soul, Captain Traore.
So we've come up with an innovative new school model, and now we're in the process of figuring out how to put it into action. So all this got us thinking, consider a school model that will allow children to study safely and study well, ensuring they have a secure and effective learning environment. Regarding health, such as we said it,
what has he done? Because you know there is noise out there, the whole world is appreciating. There are also some who are not happy, as you know. But as an African, the daughter of Africa, I'm so happy to have this son of the soil who is Traore. What has he done? You've heard the video I played, the clip I've played. Traore is talking about the new chapter in Burkina Faso. What is it all about? Because everyone talks about the new chapter, but they don't perform. But this son of the soil, Captain Traore, the president of Burkina Faso, and soon he's going to be the president of Africa. Because in Africa, we are lacking leaders like Traore. What is he doing for his people? He is building free houses for his people in Burkina Faso. No rent, no mortgage, but he wants each and every citizen in Burkina Faso to have accommodation, to live better life, to enjoy their freedom, to enjoy democracy. And he is giving for free farms to people in Burkina Faso, the citizens of Burkina Faso. Who does that? Tell me and comment if you are saying that Oh, Auntie Yami, you are just praising him. He's doing nothing. Let me know, your president, what he's doing. Even if you are in diaspora like me, you have to tell me and evident that your president is doing more than Traore. Is it the only thing I'm praising Traore about? No, there is more. We've talked about housing. What about education? What has he done? Free schools for all pupils. Even our youth. Even further education, university. Free education. All the laboratories in universities, they need to acquire all the equipments needed. He doesn't want, he wants all the laboratories from at the university to be equipped with a wide range of specialized equipment to facilitate research and teaching in various scientific disciplines. He doesn't want students to be depending on Western countries, but he is determined to provide all those resources to the children, which is gonna be like lab in Western countries. But this is Africa, and this, our son of the soil, Traore, has been ruling this country for less than 3 years. But all these points I'm talking about is happening. It doesn't mean that he's promising. It has already started happening. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video as we continue. What else? Is it only that? He knows that children are important in our lives. He doesn't want children to be a burden to us. What is he doing? He knows that the children are lacking shoes, food, a place to sleep, books, pencils, pens. What about math sets? Everything. School uniforms. Our youth, children, they don't have to buy all these requirements for their education because they are all provided for free. Hey, Traore, you finish me. And he believes that these, our youth, they are our future. They don't need to depend on the West to feed our kids. Don't depend on UK or US or those organizations, our kids, to look after our kids. In Burkina Faso, everything is provided by government over Traore. Give a child a future, because Africa must rise. Whatever Traore is doing, he's asking all African leaders to follow suit. He's ready to share his secrets. How is he doing it? How is he managing? And you know that with him, he doesn't depend on any Western country. This is all resources from Burkina Faso. But remember, Burkina Faso was very poor country with the past regime. Why is it that they couldn't do this? Because they were corrupt. Everything was in their pocket and their families. But this son of the soil is there to deliver, to show other African leaders out there who are full of corruption that everything is possible in Africa. Don't stand complaining, oh, they came to our country, they took our minerals, oh, they took this. No. Burkina Faso, they were there. But now he is showing them that we own our country, we own all the resources. And he is depending on him and his people, not the Western anymore. What else is the son of the soil doing? Hospitals. He is building hospitals for my people in Burkina Faso to have good life. Because do you know that we are entitled to have good life? If we've got leaders who can deliver, each and every citizen is entitled to have good life. Not poverty. No. We are entitled for our governments to deliver jobs, to generate jobs for their citizens, rather than depending on the Western countries. So what has he done? As I said, hospitals. His people, for them to have better life, they'll live in free houses. And then he will make sure that the kids who are born in those families, they have to attend free schools. So as future leaders, they can finish their education and straight away go into jobs, because the jobs are already generated. The houses he's building, he's using workers from Burkina Faso. Clay, Burkina Faso, sand, Burkina Faso, all the materials are generated from Burkina Faso. And these houses, he's making sure that they have to be there forever, not just temporarily. You just build cheap houses there for your citizens, then soon or later they have to be spending money to repay. No. He doesn't believe in cheap materials. Now, hospitals. Those hospitals, staff from Burkina Faso, because he would train nurses, doctors, because they've got all the resources to meet education needs of the people of Burkina Faso, generate employment, make people to be working hard, because health people are good for the country, because they'll be free from diseases, free hospitals. What else? Manufacture of Burkina Faso cars made in Burkina Faso. Why is this important? It's because those engineers, mechanics, technicians, you name it, they'll be working at the plant site where they are manufacturing cars. And also, it will be cheap for Burkina Faso people. It will be easier because every material they are using to manufacture these cars, they are from Burkina Faso. How is he managing 1.1 billion oil is produced in a day within 24 hours in Burkina Faso? More than even Saudi Arabia. This is how much they are producing. So you can calculate, you mathematicians, how much is Burkina Faso, how much oil are they producing in a month? What about in a week? If one day is 1.1 billion barrels, what about in a week? Comment. Tell me if you've seen a president who has been there less than 3 years, but that president has managed to fulfill his promises. I don't believe that he made the promises. He said, Africa must rise. I'm here to change the narrative. A 35-year-old president, youngest president, can deliver more than our president who has been there for 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. They are just waiting for the last day in their life to leave that seat.
Is very, very essential and full of priestly duties. Dear teachers, you who represent the world of education here today, those who impart knowledge, who must educate on the values specific to Burkina Faso, who must educate on patriotic values, be greeted once again. Take your profession seriously, for the future of our nation depends on you. If you educate these young children well, we will have a better Burkina Faso tomorrow. And if you fail, our homeland will have failed. Remember, the imperialists are waging what they call today the fourth generation war. The main objective of this war is to ensure that for generations and generations, our nations can never build themselves. They want to ensure that these children grow up in an atmosphere of terror and violence, unable to distinguish between right and wrong. And only you, by playing, can these psychologists help them distinguish between good and evil in order to be good citizens. Because for them...
What did he do next? He's been also working with teachers, acknowledging teachers. He's now acknowledging teachers by telling them that they represent the world today as teachers. Make sure you are well disciplined and make sure you deliver to these kids. Make sure you are well disciplined. Educate to the value, especially to Burkina Faso. This is a leader who is well focused, a leader who knows, a leader who has a vision. Everything he's doing, you can see that he's fully focused. And he knows that by involving all the sectors in his country, it will help Burkina Faso to grow and grow. More growth if there is unity. This is Burkina Faso in the leadership of Traore. Help them to become great leaders like him, President Traore. He didn't stop there. By looking after children, it means we are building a strong Burkina Faso. It's the same. I know there are leaders out there who doesn't care about their people, who doesn't care even if they can see what Burkina Faso President Traore is doing. In them it's just envy rather than deliver, because they are so greedy. They want everything to be their own and their families. But Traore has demonstrated that that's not right. It can happen. It is possible. Africa can be built. Africa can rise up again without even talking about COVID, talking about, oh, they store our resources, our diamond, our gold. No. Africa is the God-given continent and it's blessed. But if we've got leaders who are greedy, Africa is not going anywhere. But leaders like Traore, Africa will rise up. Thank you very much. God bless you abundantly. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Thank you. Bye.